The OnlyFans promotional strategy that's going to make you rich in 2025 has nothing to do with posting more content or some magical algorithm hack that will get you millions of followers overnight. Now, as much as I would like to just sit here and say that you can copy what worked in 2022 and get the same result today as you could back then, it's just not the reality. The reality is, to build a $50,000 per month OnlyFans agency in 2025, you need a completely different promotional approach that most agency owners just don't have in place. See, I've been running my own OnlyFans management agency for the past 4 years now, and my personal agency does around about $80,000 per month, and I've helped hundreds of guys go from struggling to sign their first models to managing 3 to 5 high-ticket OnlyFans models and making $50,000 per month while doing that. Now, during this time, I've seen every promotional method that has ever existed in this space. From cold DMing to reaching out to Instagram models and buying shoutouts, posting random content and just praying that it goes viral. I've tried it all personally. I've seen loads of other people try a bunch of stuff too. But what I'm about to show you is something completely different, because this is the promotional strategy that separates guys who are doing $2,000 per month from the ones who are making $50,000 per month consistently. And it's the difference between working 80 plus hours a week just trying to keep one model profitable, or the opposite, having a fully automated system that scales multiple high ticket models for you while you sleep. Now, the guys who figure this out are going to absolutely dominate this space, while everyone else is going to be stuck using methods that stopped working years ago. And the best part, the strategy is actually simpler than what most people are doing. They're just doing it completely wrong. Let's talk about high ticket model acquisition first. Now, you need to understand that this strategy only works if you have the right type of models in place. Now, most OnlyFans agency owners are still out there trying to sign any girl with a pulse. But that's exactly why they're stuck between $2,000 to $5,000 per month. Now, the models that are making agency owners rich in 2025 are high ticket models. Girls who already understand their value and are willing to invest in professional management to get to the next level. Now, it's all well and good me saying that you need to sign the right type of model, but let me make this process a lot simpler for you guys. You need to look for 3 things with each potential model that you sign, and that's motivation, consistency, and goals. Now, if you find a model who is motivated, consistent with creating content, and has high goals and aspirations in her life, then you, my friend, have found a winner, a model who will make it within OnlyFans. Now, you can find these models all over the place, and I've covered this in lots of other videos. You can find them on platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, etc. There's tons out there. They're all over the place. The point is, they're not hard to find at all. But what things can you look for early on that signal if she will be a good model to work with? Well, you want to look for stuff like how many followers does she have. The more followers, the more consistent she has been with her OnlyFans account. And you can look at her uploading times as well. Now, if you see her uploading content every day, then chances are she is taking this very seriously and looking to make more money, rather than a model who posts once every couple of weeks or only posts when she feels like it. And another thing you can look at is the content quality. If she has big goals, she is going to be making the best content. So you can look at her posts and assess the angles, the lighting, the poses, the camera quality, just stuff like this to kind of get an idea behind how ambitious she is. Is she actually putting a lot of thought and attention into the content she's creating? And here's the real kicker. If you want to sign high quality models, you need to lead with value. Don't just be asking to manage her OnlyFans account. Give her a taste of what the value that you're offering her looks like. Give her a free PDF, give her some free sexting sets, give her some free promotion, or give her a trial. You need to give her value before she signs a contract. Now, winning agencies always lead with value, and the losing agencies are the ones who are always trying to extract value from other models. Now, here's where the magic happens, and this is what 99% of agency owners get completely wrong, because they think promotion is just about posting content and just hoping for the best. But the new strategy that's making guys rich is what I call the promotional flywheel system. And this involves 3 core components: building high value subscriber acquisition assets, identifying trends, and then content harvesting. Because what we don't want to be doing is chasing quick wins and then have models earnings fluctuating one month after the other, all depending on whether a post goes viral. Instead, we want to build a sustainable subscriber acquisition system that acts like a flywheel and builds on itself month after month. So we want to build social assets that can stand the test of time. So find content that is going viral on a platform, because each platform has short-winded viral sequences of a type of content, and then we want to mass produce that viral content and literally just rinse and repeat that strategy. Now we can also do much more as an agency. We can outsource the posting, viral ideation, scripting to virtual assistants, and make the content creation process much more streamlined for our models. And we can also do stuff such as implement bots, automations, shout out for shout outs, multi-clipping accounts as supplementation onto this working strategy to get further boosts of growth of these promotional assets that we build for these models. Now this is the strategy that consistently brings in more subscribers month after month to the models pages, and after each month you'll see your model getting happier and happier with the service, as you'll find yourself making more and more money the longer you work with your model. Now the reason most OnlyFans agency owners cap at around about $10,000 per month is because they don't have infrastructure that scales. They're still trying to do absolutely everything themselves. They're trying to contact the model, they're trying to upload posts, they're trying to chat in the account. Now the new promotional strategy requires 3 key infrastructure pieces. It's outsourced chatting, outsourced promotional management, and then tracking and performance reviews completely automated. Now this way the agency is completely time independent from us as the owners of the agency, and it runs 24/7 without us even having to lift a finger. So let's break down this infrastructure. So first, let's take a look at outsourced chatting. Now this is the number one thing that eats up the majority of your time, is having to chat to the subscribers in the model account. Now it's not something that you really want to be doing personally, and it's a massive waste of time. So instead you just want to outsource it. Now for the consulting clients inside of my community, they have access to a ticket system where they can request a pre-trained OnlyFans chatter who's already been vetted, who's already been onboarded, and has been given scripts and training on how to upsell content, how to increase retention, how to re-engage expired fans, and you get access to them straight away, and you can just plug and play them inside of your OnlyFans model account, so you don't have to actually worry about managing them at all or training them up, because they already come pre-prepared. Now the second thing is outsourced promotional management, as this sinks a lot of your time as well. Now most agencies spend hours wasted on finding collabs, shout outs, paid promos, and doing it all manually. Instead, we use an automated promotional system. Now this includes Reddit automation tools for daily posting, pre-vetted shout out networks for plug and play collabs with other models in your model's niche, virtual assistant run promo schedules for TikTok, Insta, and Twitter and Reddit. Now the entire thing is outsourced and systemized completely, so the model's page is growing daily with or without you. And the third thing is tracking and performance reviews. Now here's the thing, you can't scale what you don't know, so you need to measure the account. Every week we review key performance indicators such as chat conversion rates, pay-per-view and purchase rates, promo return on investment by channel, fan churn rate, revenue per active fan. Now these metrics tell us exactly which chatters are underperforming, which promos are worth scaling, and what changes we actually need to make based on real data. Now once you have this promotional strategy dialed in for one model, scaling to 50k plus per month becomes a simple math equation. Now if one high ticket model with proper promotion is generating anywhere from $20,000 to $45,000 per month, and you're taking 50% rev share, then 2 or 3 models gets you up to that $50,000 per month mark in revenue for your agency. So how can you transfer the systems that you set up for one model across to multiple model accounts? So here's how we do that. The first thing is centralized chat and promo teams. So all of our models plug into the same infrastructure, same trained chatters, same promo team, same content system, and that means that when you onboard a new model, you're not building from scratch every single time. You're plugging it into a system that's already working for one model, and you can just repeat that process across multiple model accounts. Now, the second thing is standardized onboarding systems. So we use templated onboarding processes for our models. So the content calendar, the OnlyFans setup, the link tree, the scripts, and the bio, it's all pre-built. So onboarding model number 5 takes the exact same amount of time as onboarding number 1. So as we onboard each and every model, we're not wasting time at all because it takes such little time because everything's completely automated, standardized and scripted, and we can just rinse and repeat the exact same process. And we also do weekly performance reviews. So every single model has their numbers reviewed weekly. So the chat conversion rates, the promo return on investment, the new fans versus the churn rate, the revenue per message. And that gives us a real-time dashboard of what's working and what isn't across the agency. Now, scaling isn't about adding more chaos. It's about duplicating what already works for one model and transferring that over to the next. And once your systems are in place, growing from one 15K a month model to 5 40K a month models isn't hard at all. Now, throughout this entire process, I'm sharing real case studies from my consulting client, including how Courtney made $70,000 per month in his first 90 days and is expecting to get up to $100,000 plus per month in the next few weeks. Or look at how Ben, who went from 5K a month with his OnlyFans management agency to $42,000 a month in just 97 days, from working 18 hours a day to working 2 hours a day and making 5x what he was making when he was doing all that hustle. And how Noah went from making $0 a month with his agency to $730 an hour with his new OFM agency. So this is everything you need to build a real OnlyFans management business, not this fake guru nonsense you see absolutely everywhere else. So I'm just going to be walking you through how you can go about pre-vetting these OnlyFans models to making sure that they are actually going to be high quality. So I'm just going to use this tool here. It's called onlysearch.co, and it allows you to search up for OnlyFans profiles. So it's an easy way to find potential OnlyFans models you can start outreaching to. So in here, let's, for example, just go with e-girl. So we'll go with the e-girl niche. The top ones are just going to be a bunch of ads, so we can just scroll down. And then eventually we can find some e-girls. So for example, here is an example of a potential e-girl. So if we go here, we can see her snip feeds there. So we're just going to go ahead and copy this, paste that there. And this is actually a dead end. So she's got the wrong sort of snip feed featured up here. Potentially she's changed it to Linktree. Okay, there you go. Cool. So here she's linked to her socials as well. So we can easily find her socials there. And sometimes they link directly on OnlyFans as well. But she's linked to this. So we can go ahead and we can open up her Instagram, for example. And then we can take a look at the sort of post that she's uploading. So she's got 142,000 followers. So she's got plenty of followers, which means that she's already been putting a lot of time, energy, and effort into building this up. So this is not something she's going to be doing a one-time thing of and then just leaving. And then you can look at like how often is she uploading. So this was 3 days ago. 5 days ago, 7 days ago. So as you can see, she's been very consistent here in her uploading. She's got stories going within her Instagram as well. Tons of content being uploaded. So yeah, you get a feel of this. You can see, okay, so she's got lots of followers, which means that she's going to be committed. She's uploading consistently. So chances are this would be a high quality model to sign. Now, obviously 142,000 followers might be too many followers to start reaching out to sign this sort of model. If you haven't got any case studies or testimonials, if you're inside the program, you of course get to white label our case studies, so you could go after a potential model like this. But initially you want to be looking for around like that 10,000 to like 50,000 followers on social media. So yeah, this would be an example of a high quality model to reach out to. She's putting a lot of thought, energy, and effort into her sort of content. You can see that she's really involved in this, like she's putting in different outfits, different styles. This is a creator who genuinely enjoys creating this content. She's been consistent with it. So yeah, it'd be a great model to sign. And then if we go down here, we can get a look at some other models as well. Load more profiles. And then we have a model here. So if we go ahead and open up OnlyFans, so it's not even linking to any socials from here, which is pretty bad because, you know, if you get people who get referred to, you do a collab on OnlyFans, they can then see the OnlyFans. There's no way for them to actually see you on social media and then follow it so that you can stay top of mind with the subscribers. They end up subscribing to lots of different OnlyFans profiles. And then if they subscribe to all these different OnlyFans profiles, you're not going to stay top of mind. So when they go back to social media, they completely forgot about you. Whereas if you can get them to follow you on different social media profiles or follow your model on different social profiles, then they'll actually be able to go ahead and get reminded like, oh yeah, this is the OnlyFans model that I followed. So yeah, I'll go ahead. So we can see some differences here. So it's just a very generic pick here. Again, poor pick here. You can see that she hasn't really got that much content either. So chances are this would be a bad quality model. She's called Banana Cakes. Whereas this model, she's got a good quality, high quality profile picture. She's got a really good banner, her in different poses, edited, very professional. Whereas this model hasn't put much thought or energy into it. Now we can also go ahead, we can search up the Banana Cakes. Again, it's a pretty poor name. The name of her OnlyFans is Banana Cake, so you can't even really search her up, because if you search her up, you're just going to get Banana Cake. So the name just picked is pretty bad, whereas this model, Little Puck, you'll be able to search up and you can see the OnlyFans model straight away. Whereas with this model, you try and search her up, you're trying to find her on social media, and then you're just getting a bunch of banana cakes. So you can't even really search for a profile. So yeah, I would go ahead and say this is an example of a model who would be bad quality, who you wouldn't want to sign. She's not putting much thought or effort into the content she's creating. Looks like just a templated bio here as well. Yeah, she just isn't putting that much thought, effort into the actual OnlyFans. Whereas with this girl, you can see that she's generally putting a lot of thought. She's listed all her stuff, and should be very easy to manage and take to the next step. So this is the sort of stuff you just want to look for when you're thinking about signing potential models. You just want to look for, are they consistent? Are they putting a lot of effort into the thought behind the brand? Are they actually putting effort into the content? Are they being consistent with the content? And you can tell this very easily just by looking at the creator's page and trying to find their social medias as well. Now, as I said, you also want to look at estimating how much money you can potentially bring in terms of value to the model. So to get a picture of what this sort of looks like when you're managing these high ticket models, within the free community, which you can find in the description below, you just click here, you go to Classroom, go to OFM Launchpad, and it's under OFM Profit Projection. You just go ahead and click this. We'll open up this profit projection sheet here, and then we can just go ahead and we can change to inputs, and within these inputs here we can just go ahead and put in estimates on what we could potentially be making from managing a high ticket OnlyFans model. So here the numbers of models managed, put in one, we can change it to $20,000 for the first one. So we can have combined monthly earnings there, estimate the chatter salaries, the softwares and tools, miscellaneous, so we get total expenses. We give you a rough estimate of the costs of when you're actually managing models. And then here we can look at the profit projection, and we can see, so total model earnings is 20 grand, 1.7k in expenses, $10,000 for agency revenue, and then profit margin 83%, we're making 8.3k a month from this one model if you did go ahead and sign a $20,000 a month model. And as you can see, month one you'll start off at 8,000, month two you'll be able to scale her up to around 12,000, month three is going to be 15,000, and month four you're looking at 25,000. And you can also estimate the model's future profits, so the value that you'll be able to provide in terms of how much money she will be making personally with her OnlyFans account, which is obviously just going to be the 50% of the total model earnings, and she's not going to have any expenses related to it. So yeah, as you can see, it's a good way to assess the sort of high ticket models when you're actually going out there to try and sign these models. You can go ahead and you can guess, like, okay, so this model's doing 20 grand a month, we'll be able to make X amount of money, and then within 4 months we'll be able to make 25 grand a month from managing this one model. So it's a good way to get a realistic estimate of how much money you can be making from these OnlyFans models, and you can also use this tool to demonstrate value in terms of being able to show the numbers of how much money she'll be able to make based on similar sort of client case studies. So something you can also do is you can automate a lot of this posting here. So as you can see on the screen, this is an example of the sort of tools that are out there that allow you to automate a lot of the promotional work. So you can have a virtual assistant who manages multiple different Reddit accounts, all completely automated using certain tools. So for example, here we have a tool called Delay for Reddit, and essentially what it allows you to do is it allows you to discover particular subreddits you can use. So we've got a sheet that we provide inside the program, which comes with a bunch of different subreddits you can use, but you can also discover more here. You can optimize the perfect time to post in that particular subreddit, so uploading when the subreddit is busiest. You can also schedule them to upload the best times. You can do bulk upload, and just some cool tools that allow you to go ahead and really dig deep into Reddit, automate a lot of the tasks, discover which sort of subreddit traffic sources are best and times that are best to upload them, and then also discover more different subreddits you can upload in. So this is an example of a way that you can go ahead and automate the Reddit promotion for a bunch of your models that you're managing. In addition to this as well. When it comes to finding trends, it's something that's really important because these platforms have a set amount of time that they run a particular trend, and then that trend gets old, expires, and no longer gets views, and then you'll find that another sort of trend hops up. So within the program here, we go ahead and we source a list of the sort of subreddits that you can post in, not the subreddits, the sort of reels that are going viral as of right now. So you can see the amount of likes, the sort of comments, the hashtags they're using, the trending music that they're using. And then you can also go ahead and click through to see the sort of posts as well. So your model can emulate these particular trends and you can stay on top of the schedule. The model creates the trending content and you can then upload it to the model's social medias. In addition to this, you can also go ahead and find trends yourself. So what you want to do is you want to get an Instagram account and you want to configure it to basically only going after OnlyFans models. So when you go to the reel section and scroll down, the majority of the content you see is going to be OnlyFans models. And as you scroll through, you'll start noticing that there's similar sort of content types. You'll notice that one creator has done a particular content type and another creator has done that as well. And then you'll be able to see, okay, that's the content that's going viral. So we can just go ahead and copy that. So if I go to the reels, for example, here, and I'll go ahead and scroll down. So this one was detailing for an IF model, pops up. Again, do I have the perfect body? This is an example of a model doing an OnlyFans post here. And you can just like this stuff and it's just going to go ahead and curate your feed to go after OnlyFans models content. So again, we've got another OnlyFans and you can see, okay, this one's using the Snapchat text and is kind of a behind the scenes within a shower. Okay, so we'll go ahead and like that to make sure we're curating our feed for this. And again, you get an idea of what sort of content's trending. You're going to end up seeing a lot of similar sounds that are being played, similar content types, and then you can just go ahead, find what's trending, send that over to your model. The model can replicate that, and then you can go ahead and you can just go and upload that. So nice and simple. So here's the actual community that we use to pre-train these OnlyFans chatters. And as you can see, we have a ton of people wanting to join. We're very selective about who we let in, and we've still got 8.1 thousand members. So within here, we post a bunch of training guides that allow people to basically just join, get trained, and we put them through a particular program so we can select the best ones going. And we get tons of member requests from different people who are wanting to become OnlyFans chatters. We like to select few in, we go ahead, we give them training, we train them up, we give them tests, so they're already pre-trained. And then with a ticket system inside the program, you can basically just go ahead and select who you want to work with. So here is the done for you chatter placement here. So you go ahead, create a ticket, and then go ahead, join, and you can just go through this. It takes 45 seconds. You fill it all out, the details, and we go ahead and we source a pre-trained OnlyFans chatter for you, who you can literally just plug and play into your OnlyFans model account, and they will print more money than the model's currently doing, and they will continue to print and print as you scale up that one model account, and then as you decide to scale up multiple OnlyFans model accounts as well. Now, yeah, tracking is super important, and for this, you're going to want to use a dashboard that basically just automates the whole process for you. So at a few click of a button, you can basically see all the stats around the OnlyFans model that you're managing. So here we just brought up a particular creator, and as you can see, between the 1st and the 14th, a certain window period, they ended up doing in total between this period $11,765, between this period $2,670, and then $4,100 through this particular period here. So as you can see, you get a nice little heat map around how many sales are going on. You get to see the subscriptions. Ideally, you want that below 20%. You want tips and messages to cover the other 80%. So as you can see, we're doing better than the typical good agency would do. So $3,500 from subscriptions over this 14-day period, $1,300 from tips, and then $13,000 from messages. And as you can see, you get nice analytical reporting here, so you can see the exact sort of growth that we're getting this creator here. And there's a ton of other stats you can look at. You can look at the particular channel reports as well to see exactly how much money the model's making per tracking link. So this particular creator here, as you can see from Twitter, bringing in 19% conversion ratio, $9,000 generated from Twitter traffic. Yeah, it's going ahead and you can just see all the stats here, $1,300. You just get to see all the tracking analytics here, really in depth, the cost per click, the revenue per click. So for each click in the bio of the model's account on Twitter, they make $2.61, and then for Reddit it's $1.57 per click. The average revenue per subscriber, $16 here, $13 here, $11 here. So you get really in depth at looking at the particular channels, looking at how much money you're making from channel, which particular channel is it worth doubling down your efforts on, and working on increasing that average revenue per subscriber. So as I said, you want to make sure you're leading with value. Now there's a few different sort of assets that you can build pre-packaged and allow you to send out en masse to multiple models. So you don't need to personalize the value for each potential model that you're speaking to. You can automate this. They're building a pre-packaged value asset, and you can send that out to multiple models at once. So the first example is like the OnlyFans client case study. So you can go ahead and build a case study. We have them pre-made inside the program. We also give you the templates as well, which basically just go through a case study that you can showcase the models, and they get some value from it because they can see, they can look at another model, what sort of changes you made, and then how much money she made as a result of those changes. So a really clear way to demonstrate value up front, as well as also building some trust as well, because they can see that you've also worked with other models. So you can just walk them through, and in the presentation you can just go through and you can break down the core components around what changes you went ahead and implemented and what effects they had, and why the model that you're reaching out to should go through these changes as well, and how you would implement that for her. Another example is you can go ahead, do an audit sheet. So on the screen here, you can see that we have a audit template that you can use. So this is one of the first model attraction assets that I decided to use. And we essentially just built a audit that we can go ahead and fill out based on the model's details to get a really clear picture around where she's missing out on money. So is she ticking off everything in there? And then it's a really clear way to demonstrate value, because it showcases stuff that she could be doing to grow further by herself. This isn't breaking down in a lot of depth like the automations or the promo strategies. It's just showing, okay, this is what you're doing, this is what you're not doing, let us help you implement the stuff that you're not doing. So you can go ahead and she can see based on a scoring system how far behind she is, whether she's got a poor score, whether there's room for improvement when she's doing goods, and you can get her up to that superstar level, because chances are the models won't be ticking off all of this sort of stuff right here. And that is literally the exact step-by-step promotional strategy that agency owners are using to build $50,000 plus per month OnlyFans management agencies in 2025 as of right now. Now, if you follow every single step in this to a T, I promise you that you will see results and finally break through that 10K a month ceiling that keeps most agency owners stuck. But doing this alone is clearly easier said than done, because if you do this alone, you're going to be struggling with finding and signing high ticket OnlyFans models. You'll waste months trying to build the infrastructure yourself, and you'll make costly mistakes with promotion strategies that just don't convert. So with everything I've given you, you really have two options here. Option one, you try and figure this out yourself, knowing all the problems that you'll face. And again, I wish you the best of luck if that is the option that you're going to go for. Or option two, you work with me to build your $50,000 per month agency in the next 90 days. Now, if you pick the second option, then click the link in the description to learn more about how I can help you sign 3 to 5 high ticket OnlyFans models and build a $50,000 plus per month automated OnlyFans management agencies in 90 days or less. And if you don't get up to $10,000 plus per month, then we'll go ahead and we give you a full refund. Also, check out this video on the screen to learn how to sign high ticket OnlyFans models. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.